just love here, but we show love everywhere.
Amen. Amen.
And that's what we're supposed to do. And y'all were just I can't say enough, but y'all made me and Sister Hickman so proud when we went home yesterday. And we didn't do as much at that meal, but I still felt like I did a lot. But I'm glad, just thankful that y'all were there, and I appreciate you. Keep praying for the Cotton family. They're still going to need a lot of prayer. Jeremiah chapter 42 this morning. Good to see all of you today. And last week we started talking about walking in the light of the Lord. And I want to go just a little bit step further than that. Read with me Jeremiah 42 and verse 3. I put it on the screen. That the Lord your God may show us the way wherein we may walk.
All right.
And the thing that we may do. So that tells me we have to be shown how to walk.
Yes.
And what to do. And we dealt with that greatly last week. And I'm not going to go back and spend any time on that. But we dealt with that greatly, how the Lord shows us how to walk and what to do. But then there comes a time when troubles and trials and difficulties come your way. And what happens is sometimes we can't hardly clearly see the light like we need to. It's like driving in a fog or living in the darkness. And so you're wondering, is there any good going to come out of this? I love God so much, and I love His timing, because some of them told me yesterday that if this would have happened this next week, they would have probably been out of commission. I know Margie and them was going to be gone next weekend, and different ones were going to be out of place, and different things going on. And I just love God's timing.
Yes,
of how He works things out. And I quoted that last Sunday, how He works things out for our good.
Yes, He does. Yes, He does.
And always His glory.
Amen.
But I like this part of it, Sister Dawn, because I entitled it "Beginning to See the Light." There's days that sometimes you can't see clearly the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, that's true.
You're still walking. I don't know if you're like me, but you're walking sometimes, in that fog. You get a clear word from God, you get the direction from His Word, and you're still walking, but it's not really clear. Call Monday night that Brother Leroy had went home. But you don't know, by the end of this day, we may get another phone call.
That's the truth. Yes.
Another one of us in this room is gone home.
Yeah.
Life is fragile. We don't always see the big picture. We don't always see the brightness of it.
Yeah.
But God sometimes, Sister Lulu, just has to begin to show us a little bit of the light.
Amen.
Just a little bit of the light. So write this down. Isaiah 42 and verse 16. It says, "And I will bring the blind by a way that they knew not. And I will lead them in paths that they know not."
Amen.
Or not known. I mean, understand this. It's all about walking with the Lord.
Yes.
Some days He's going to lead you and guide you, and you're going to clearly see miles down the road, like I told you last week. When you come into Albuquerque, New Mexico, you can see it miles away. But then there's some days you can't even see 2 inches in front of you.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
You're so confused, and things have just got you so down. But He says, "I will lead them in paths that they have not known." But look at what He says. "I will make darkness light before them."
All right. Yes, He will.
God's the only one that can take your darkness
Yes, He can. Yes, He
and
can.
make it light.
Yes.
Come on, talk to me. He's the only one that can take your troubles and don't make them troubles anymore. He's the only one that can take a little bowl of spaghetti and multiply. Come on, talk to me. He said, "I will make darkness light before them and crooked things straight." For look at what He says. These things will I do unto them and not forsake them. That's a promise to you today.
Yes.
That no matter what you're going through, Sister Linda, it may be a physical condition.
Yes.
Sister Donna, it could be a financial problem. The rest of us, it could be a spiritual problem.
Yes.
It could be a domestic health problem.
Yes.
You know, it could be with your family or your friends. But whatever you're going through, understand this. God is the revealer
Yes,
of the true light. And if you're following Him, He's going to lead you.
Yes,
He's going to direct you. And it said there in the end, I will do unto them and not forsake them. He will do it for you.
Yes.
So I wrote a few things down because, listen, number one, unless we follow the true light, we are being led into darkness.
All right now.
Now, you understand that there's a lot of darkness going on in the world today. And there's a lot of people leading people astray in the hour that we live in. Come on, talk to me. You work with people that way. Come on. They're your neighbors. Might be even some of your friends. Come on. Because, and family, you're right, brother. But unless we follow the true light, we are being led into darkness. Understand, God's light is the true light. There is a light that is true, and it's the light of God. I'm going to give you evidence in just a minute through the Word. His light makes clear. All other lights confuses. Come on. We've got enough false lights in the world. Now, I knew we grew up singing that song, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. But that was referring to the light of Christ that's on the inside, shining out of us. There's some people's light that we don't need to see. Come on, talk to me. But if we're following the true light, come on, His light makes things clear when other lights confuses all things. His light always reveals the truth. When everybody else's light obscures the truth. It will shield the truth. It won't let but believe me, there's always three sides to the story. There's mine, there's yours, and there's the truth. Come on, I'm going somewhere. Just hang on. His light brings us out of the darkness. His light brings us out of our blindness. It helps us to see the way that we're supposed to walk. The thing that we're supposed to do. Now I'm getting older. And I'm learning that there's two things that I need every day in my life. I need the Lord for sure. I know I need my family, so I'm not talking about them. But I need a flashlight. How many's getting older you need a flashlight? I asked my wife this morning, I said, where's the cards? And she's got them in a little closet there. No light in that closet at all. And I looked down there and I was like, I have me a flashlight. I mean, I'm using a flashlight every day of my life.
All right.
If I'm looking under the bed or in the closet, I mean, when I was a kid, I could see everything clearly. But the older that I get, I'm having to have a flashlight. Now, don't look at me that way. I've seen some of y'all's keys change. Y'all key change. Y'all got a flashlight. I'm watching some of y'all. Y'all got your phone out. Hello? Come on. Don't look at me like I'm the only one having eye trouble.
All right.
But sometimes you got to have a light to reveal to you what you need to see. Well, we all got a light today. And it reveals to us what we need to see. Number two, write this down. We begin to see the light when we begin to see the Lord. How many was walking in darkness before you knew the Lord? But when you found the Lord, it's just like He turned the light on. Now I know Motel 6 or Motel 7 or Motel 8, they'll leave the light on for you. But Jesus don't have to leave the light on. He is the light. He's the light.
Yes, He is.
And if we'll walk in the light, as He is the light, it says we have fellowship one with another. You can't have fellowship with any other person if you're not walking in the light.
All right.
Oh, you can have communication. You can visit. I want fellowship.
Yeah.
I want fellowship. So the way, Sister Donna, to keep from following the wrong light is not to follow any light except the light of Jesus.
Yeah.
I've learned to follow Him.
Yes.
Not man, not even preachers.
Yeah.
The world wants us to follow its light.
Yes, it does.
Religion even wants us to follow its light. The devil even wants us to follow his light. I know the devil's got a light.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, listen, I'll prove it to you. For Satan himself transforms himself into an angel of light. That's not what I said. That's what Paul said. 2 Corinthians 11:14. He said you got to watch it because even the devil, Jesus, if it's not about him, it ain't about anybody. Come on, talk to me. I'm almost getting there. Listen, number 3. I'm going through it quick. God does not have us follow a light. He has us follow Him.
Yes.
He becomes our light.
Yes.
Hello. He even told me in the last days, if you hear that I'm out there in the wilderness, don't go out there.
Right. Yeah.
If you hear I'm over there, don't go there.
That's right.
Hello. We're not following a light, we're following Christ.
Amen.
We're following Him. And as long as we're following Him, He becomes our light. That's why David could declare His word is a lamp to my feet, a light to my path. I'm following Him. I'm walking the way that He wants me to walk.
Yes. All right.
And I'm living the way He wants me to live. Because listen what I'm going to say. The more faithfully we follow Him, the more His light will have shining upon our path. The more we can see. Hello.
Yes.
That's why when I was growing up in this thing and young in the Lord, I could only see a little bit. But the older that I get, especially the mature that I get in the Lord,
Yes.
the more that I can see.